Okay, I've done another one of these not so long ago. I found this when I was decluttering my unit, so I'm really happy that I hung on to it. I didn't throw it away or leave it behind because now I've got a use for it. It's a really nice thing to use as an original. So I'm going to set it on 200%. This one's really colourful. It's got a colourful bit. But I'm wondering if we're going to add a background colour to it or if we're not. I'm going to add a background colour. I wonder what it's going to be. It's got most of the colours on it. So maybe we're not going to add a background colour. Let's see what we're going to do with this one. Okay. Going to leave the colour balance out for now. Let's see what we've got and what we're going to make it look like. It's going to be an interesting one. Is another one of these. I picked one up not so long ago. It's a Shuttlecock. This is for a game called badminton. So badminton isn't a terribly... I don't think it's a popular game, but it does have a cult following, I do believe. So let's see if we can make this Shuttlecock look any good. After all, they're not easy things to hit. You know, it's not like tennis where the ball bounces and you can hit it on the bounce. You got to hit it on the hole with a shuttlecock. But then squash is a game that's like between badminton and tennis. At least the ball does have a bit of bounce, but I think you still have to open it. You have to hit it on the full. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on this shit. Anyway, that looks brilliant. I think we can use that as our demo piece, as our what do you call it? Mirror image piece. This is a master copy. Sorry, I'm just talking shit. Sorry. Anyway, this is our master copy, but that looks really nice. I'm really happy with that overall result. So we're just going to do that. Copied paper. And we're going to take off the zoom. We don't need that or want that anymore. And we're just going to here, and we're going to just put that in the middle. And what else are we going to do? Nothing else. And if we're going to text enhance, maybe it's going to make it no good. So I'm wondering if we're just going to cancel that. We're not going to bother. So it looks like we're going to go, I was thinking colour balance as usual. We'll see how it goes without the colour balance for a change. But this is, yeah, Shuttlecock. It's a funny word, funny name, but hey, that's badminton. Look it up on Google. Google the word badminton if you're sort of curious or in doubt. But I don't think badminton's a terribly easy game to play. As you said, you've got to hit the shuttlecock on the full. You can't just allow it to bounce like tennis. I'm not sure of squash. I did play a little bit of squash, or should I say I didn't really play that much squash when I was at high school. I just hung around and just sat talking to people. I didn't actually partake. I'm not a sport person, and I certainly don't enjoy squash. But it was just one of those things. I just used to sit down and talk to people, and it was just like that, you know. Anyway, that's our second quadrant of this shuttlecock and hand. So that looks interesting, and we're just going to punch out 2 more copies. That'll be mirror image to complete the job. But it's a funny sport, badminton, I must say. The first time I heard of badminton was when I was a kid. My parents bought me a children's badminton kit. And basically, I just couldn't understand how that worked with a shuttlecock. I never actually used it properly. I never had a game of badminton once, I don't think, despite being given that as a Christmas present, but it was obviously not not a very well thought out Christmas present. I know my parents had, especially my dad, wanted me to do things that normal people do, and he did spend a lot of time and money sending me to out of school extracurricular activities, or I don't know if it's called extracurricular, but after school, like brownies, guides, karate, a few other things, activities that you do that should become hobbies when you grow up or when you're a child. But I never really pleased my parents that much. My mum is okay about me, how I finally turned out, but I'll tell you what, I never became an avid sports player. And funnily enough, I wasn't given the option of badminton classes either, even though but I was only a child when my dad bought me the badminton kit. I think it was my dad, or somebody got me a badminton kit, I think back in the Christmas 1980, or maybe whenever it was. But anyway, that looks really cool. So there you have it, Shuttlecock reimagined.